take the W. Didn't start very good. I had the big kick return at the beginning of the game. That kid did a super job. We did a bad job with leverage on the play. There's a lot of important plays during the game. But I thought that drive at the end of the first half was really, really important for us. And I thought Slade Nagel did an outstanding job play calling tonight. He's one step ahead of him most of the game, and really, really did a good job calling. Defensively, we played well at times, and at times we gave up a couple of big plays. But overall, I thought for a game where we hadn't practiced for a while, we tackled well. And you look at the score, 35, but we gave up 2 of those touchdowns basically in the kicking game. So I'm just proud of the kids and the win. I just got done telling them in the locker room we put together a good group of young men, and I've had very, very, very few issues or problems at all. I'm very demanding on these guys, and they appreciate that, and they do things the way you're supposed to do them. So I'm going to miss those seniors. They really did a lot for this program.
Coming into the game, you had mentioned about the goal of the 10 wins and what that could do for the program. What can that do now moving forward to what you accomplished this year with the turnaround?
That's big. I know that Houston has had some 10-win seasons in the past, but I look at it, 1990 was the last time Houston had 10 wins in a Power 4 conference. And I've played in some of those other leagues that Houston was playing in at that time, and those were great teams that U of H had. But, to do it every single week in the Big 12 is difficult, and then to play an SEC opponent in this bowl game, every week you got to be ready to play. There's no gimmies in the Big 12. It's really good from top to bottom. I wish Texas Tech luck in their game here in a few days for our conference. But yeah, it's 10 wins is big. Not a whole lot of teams in the country got 10 wins.
Coach, you do have 10 wins. First time 10-win coach for you here in Houston. And you beat an SEC team to reach that mark. And Houston hadn't beaten an SEC team since '99. So what does that say about the program that you're building and the Cougar brand, And on top of that, in this NIL era, how are you able to use what you're building to influence players staying and also the transfer portal?
Well, I'm sure we're going to have a lot of discussions here in the next few days, weeks, whatever the case may be. But, the thing I'm proud of, with our culture is, we didn't have anybody opt out. And everybody played in the ball game, and I'm sure there was people in their ear telling them maybe they shouldn't play. Tanner, I think Tanner's going to be a draft pick, second-day draft pick, should be. Great tight end, great player. He's only going to get better. His career progresses. He played, and, a bunch of those guys, Latrell McCutcheon. And, I'm just proud that they did this for the school, and they did it for each other. So that's something else that we're going to brag about is all our guys played. We like playing football here.
Coach, what does it mean to get this win right here in the heart of Houston in front of your own fans?
Yeah, I don't know how many fans we had out there, but I thought they were loud throughout the ball game, and really happy about them turning out. And hopefully this will help us with some season tickets for next year, right? Get them going, Eddie. Got our AD back there in the back, but I'm glad that I love the city of Houston. It's a big reason why I came here. I just enjoy the city of Houston, always have. We were going to retire here. I was lucky enough to get the job, and going to be here for a while.
Great follow-up question. Great way to end the season, obviously. But as you turn the page on this season, what does it mean to you to be able to, send your seniors out on a big win, and then on top of that, if you could name this chapter of your coaching career as this season ends, what would you call it?
Oh, I don't know. One of the things, when I take over a program, I don't know why. My wife always gives me the business on this, but I want to take over a program that maybe didn't have a whole lot of success. And then, when I retire here in 20 years, I want it to be a heck of a lot better when I pass it off to the next person. That's always been my goal every place that I've been. And we got so many things to, that we're fortunate to have here at the University of Houston. We have the best location in the world for football players. No ifs, ands, buts, or maybes about that. And then we're close to a lot of great areas to also recruit. Drivable distances. I think I'm a big fat guy, and we got a great school academically. We really do. We're one of the top academic schools, public schools in the country. I believe we're third in the state of Texas. We've 281 great majors. So I'm proud that we were able to sell that as well. And then we play in a great league. This is a very good conference, really is. I think we should have had 2 teams make it. Our goal is for us to be one of those teams.
Willie, to have Connor, rise to the occasion and play his best in a game like that, what did you see from him and how he's locked in?
I don't. We're gonna have to go back and look at it, but I don't know if he made a mistake tonight. I mean, he was spot on in everything he was doing, throwing the ball, running the ball. And now we're going to nitpick it and we'll find some stuff. But I thought he played really, really well. And, when he ran it, there's a lot of decisions he's making back there as to whether or not we're handing the ball or we're throwing the ball in the perimeter. And then we got progression reads that he's doing based on are they in man or are they in zone or whatever the case it may be. But he is a really, really smart football player. He's very competitive. And I just thought that was just we had 0 turnovers. I don't know if we were close to one. So he was very deserving of the MVP, without question.
And you mentioned the drive at the end of the first half, taking over there at 127. Was the plan to be aggressive? I mean,
yeah, we had 3 timeouts left. We wanted to see if we could get some stuff going, and we did. And, and it was, it worked out. I thought it was a great drive and made smart decisions all the way down the field. Got out of bounds when we needed to get out of bounds. And then you'll have to ask Connor about the route with him and Tanner on the touchdown. And but a really, really good drive. It's big.
Coach, how did you guys adjust in the special teams kickoff return coverage after the first?
Well, we got chicken, so we started doing all sorts of squibs and pooches and all sorts of stuff like that. So we changed up. That guy's dangerous. And, the first kickoff, we didn't do a good job of leverage. We had 2 guys in a gap, and he hit it vertical, and then our contained player stuck his nose inside along with our safety to that side, and that guy's fast. He outran us. So we started doing some other things. We gave up some field position. We were fortunate it didn't hurt us any more than it could have.
Coach, after the first 2 touchdowns in LSU, what were the shifts that you had to make in defense, physically and with the guys mentally?
Well, they got the 2 touchdowns. One was a kickoff return, so it had nothing to do with the defense. And the second one, we had that poor punt. They started off with great field position. I think we had a 3rd and about 17, and we had a brain fart and didn't cover 14 on an over route, and that's got him down there to score the touchdown, or else we would have been off the field then. So I thought Coach Armstrong made some great adjustments and tackled okay, but sometimes we really put the defense in some bad field position because of the kicking game.
Willie, going back to just the kind of an overview, when you win a game like this and you win 10 games and you're competitive in the Big 12, in this era with NIL and rev share, do these kind of seasons carry maybe a little bit more weight in their goal, just because people out there that may want to come here or guys that may be deciding, hey, I may leave, it gives them something to think about what this program is?
Well, I think it's going to be a lot easier to recruit with 10 wins than 4. But with 4, we did a pretty good job of getting the right dudes in here. We just got to be, we spend a lot of time, with evaluating talent, gathering information on prospects, and making sure we have the right guys come in here. We did that last year. We're going to need to do it this year again. And we just got to be right. We talk all the time that, perfection is our goal, but excellence will be tolerated. We got to get the right guys. We make some mistakes on evaluating and those kind of things. It's hard to recover where we're at right now. But, we'll do another great job in that area. And our personnel department, I thought, did a super job of evaluating talent and also gathering information and having guys that fit in with our program. I'm very demanding and I have expectations for how these guys should act on the field, off the field, in the classroom. They've really done a great job all year.
Willie, it looked like Tanner really left it out on the field tonight after that fourth down grab especially. Yeah. What's it been like coaching someone with that kind of mindset this year? And
I think he's a high draft pick. I really do. You know, they don't ask my opinion on anything, which is fine. But, you know, I've had some great tight ends, and, you know, Delaney Walker was a great tight end for me. And, you know, and Tanner's, boy, he's something else. He's got I say this all the time. It's really unique. He's got a great catch radius, you know, reach, length, but he sticks his hands away from his body, and he utilizes it. And he does it time after time after time after time. And he's getting better and better and better at blocking. So I don't know. If not a high draft pick, I'll never have one, I guess. I don't know.
Coach, what are your thoughts on Travel Frederick rising to the occasion there in that third quarter and, you know, getting that go-ahead touchdown catch?
What's that? With who?
Travel Frederick.
Travell Frederick. You know, he works so hard. He's, you know, I've known the kid forever. He was committed to us at my previous school. His aunt worked for me for a long period of time. You know, so he just, you know, it was good to see him have that success. He deserves it. Works hard every single day. Anybody else?
Right here. Coach, what impact does the incoming class getting to take part in the festivities on the field have on setting the standard?
That's a good question. I thought it was huge that, you know, those guys, I told those guys after the game they're 1-0. You know, they come I think it's all easy, I guess. But it was neat to work those guys out all week. We did a lot of competitive drills with them, and I think this is only going to get them more entrenched in our culture.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you all.
Pass it around. We raise your hand for you want the mic to come your way.
Okay. How y'all doing? Doing good? That's good. That's good. Okay. We can get started.
Can you just walk us through that once the can you just walk us through at the end game final, all the festivities, like seeing all the fans like celebrating, you guys celebrating, like what was that process for you guys once you guys knew that you came out with the victory?
Oh man, it was a surreal moment for sure. Just to have the fans, families, friends, all of it. It was just a surreal moment. You know, it was a moment I couldn't really explain to you right now. You know, it's definitely a blessing for sure.
Having fun there on the field with the barbecue and all that, what is that moment like for you?
The barbecue was good though, for sure. Just need a little barbecue sauce would have been better, but It was good. You know, it was fun. It was a great night for us. God, thank God for that. But yeah, it was nice. It was fun.
Looked like after you guys went down with 14-0, you guys were playing with some extra juice. Latrell had the sack. Rook had that peanut punch. What kind of got into you guys with all those kind of vicious hits you had tonight?
It was really just each other. We were really just feeding off of each other's energy, and Coach Armstrong really harps on that, is just feeding off of each other and lifting each other up in times of need like that, And so we just took it to heart and started feeding off of each other's energy. So, yeah.
Real quick, what did you think about the turnout from the U of H fans that came out and supported you on this game?
It was love, definitely. You definitely felt the love. You can hear it. But thank you. Thank you, Houston, for coming out and showing out for us. And we hope to look forward to y'all next year. So, yeah.
Final drive of that game, Carlos Allen comes up with a big sack. What was it like kind of seeing that moment for him in his last game, and what's it been like playing next to him throughout the year?
That's my dog right there. That's my brother. I'm going to miss him, But to see him leave that field with something like that, it's definitely a blessing on him, He's going to do a lot of great things in the future for him and his family, specifically his daughter. So it's nothing but love for him.
Hey man, I got a two-part question for you. First things first, during the football season, it's treacherous. It's a grind. You build chemistry. You have fights sometimes. What does it mean to get this win and cap off such a great season historically for this school?
It was rough for sure. Definitely had our ups and downs as a team, personally, individually, stuff like that. But I feel like Coach Fritz does a good job at bringing us together and really just lifting up each other. And for that, it just brought us a great year, And so, yeah.
Second question for you. What message would you have for incoming freshman transfers on the culture here and the foundation that's built right now?
It's loving over here. You definitely feel that within the locker room. We're always going to welcome y'all, freshmen or whoever may come and walk through those doors. We're always going to welcome y'all with open arms. And they done the same thing with me when I transferred in this year. They opened up their arms and showed me nothing but love. And, yeah.
What do you think you're going to remember about this team in particular? Like, what made this team so special?
Dogs, for sure. We had some dogs. That's what I'm going to remember this team as. Bunch of dogs.
Was there a moment, like, early in the season when you're like, oh, dang, we do got
It was really during fall camp. We were just scrimmaging, and it was hot, really hot. And we just came together and we just started showing out. So, yeah.
What was that moment like when you're celebrating with your teammates and you got the 10th win? And what's going through your mind in that moment? And what does it mean?
There's a lot going through my mind right there. I would say specifically excitement. And it feels great. It feels like a blessing upon God. From God, I mean. Sorry. But to get this 10th win is everything. We worked so hard for it. And, yeah.
Couple more? All good. Thanks,
All good. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. Happy holidays. God bless y'all.
Tanner, can you talk about just what it was like when the game went final and you guys were celebrating? Like, what was going through your mind seeing, that you guys had won the Texas Bowl?
It's every player's dream to just end in victory formation. Like I texted Dean before last night. I was like, one play you could get called tomorrow. Like, what's the play you want to get called? The play you want to score on? He was like, victory formation. I was like, that's a phenomenal answer.
Tanner, I know you've been asked about playing in the bowl game, with your future football career. But just how big was it for you to come out and play, and also just to win it, this being your last college game?
It's a dream. I played 4 years, and this was my first bowl game. Every year, my freshman year, we lost a heartbreaker at the end of the season for a bowl game. And I've just, people talk about bowl games all the time. They talk about them for the rest of their lives, like how fun the bowl week was. And they talk about it a lot more when you win. And that's just a cherry on top, man. It really is.
Tanner, after the game, I noticed that you went up to a couple of the younger guys or giving them some advice about keeping this thing going. What does it mean that you kind of you guys set the foundation for what people think could be the norm now?
It's so cool. It was our goal coming in. I remember getting recruited by Coach Fritz. He said, we're turning this thing around this year. I'm like, I don't give a damn what everybody says. We don't have to listen to anybody. We're doing it this year, and he did it. And he's a man of his word, man. I'll die for Coach Fritz.
Hey, so back here. So I asked your coach this question. You didn't have an answer for me. I feel like this is more appropriate for you, especially since you're a senior moving forward. As you end this season on a high note, you're closing a chapter here. As you turn the page, what would you name this chapter in your playing career and why?
That's a phenomenal question, man. That's a really good question. I think I would label this chapter just family. I truly, I met a family here in Houston, and I made a family here in Houston, and I'm just excited to come back here all the time. And, this place is a home, and it forever will be. It changed my life, and I could not be more thankful for Houston for where I was a couple months ago, man. Hitting the portal for another time, and Coach Fritz taking me in, Coach Nagel, Coach Stone, they poured into me. Everyone believed in me. This whole team just had my back all the time, man, and it was just – it was a dream, man. I love football way too much, man. Just this year we created a family, and we won like it. And with the portal, it's hard to create a family, and Coach Fritz knows how to do it, and we did it, and it was so much fun, man.
Tanner, that drive at the end of the first half, starting at week 10, I think 127 left.
Yeah.
How aggressive you guys were? Did that excite you and get you going? And did you guys know you were going to play this game aggressively? And how much did that drive sort of propel you guys?
Yeah, it just means more. It really just meant more. We wanted it more, and that was at the end of the day what it was. And they knew we were running it. We knew we had to run it. We put the ball on the ground and wanted it more and got it. And that's football, man. That's what you got to do.
Two questions. You mentioned Dean Connors earlier. Can you talk about that? Y'all had the last drive, obviously, when y'all took the knee, but the one before that, when he scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Can you, how big was that for y'all to be able to go ahead up 10?
Dean Connors has showed up every single time we needed him to. He makes big plays all the time. He's a dog on the field, and I'm just calling out East West Shrine Bowl and Panini Bowl to get him over there. He deserves it, man. He's the hardest worker on this team. First guy in, last guy out. He's always talking about football. We're sending film back and forth all the time. We're watching film on FaceTime with our buddies. It's shit. He lives and breathes the game, and he loves it more than anyone else. And that shit, I love it about him, man.
Tanner, take me through what your mind was thinking during that 4th and 1 conversion, and you're laying on the field, but you just made that a huge critical conversion to the win.
First down, rocked. That was awesome. I knew I caught it, so I was like, all right, we got the first down, and I was feeling a little stingy. But we got back up. It was good. It fades away. It's just a little, it kind of just shoots down your arm and then it goes away. So it was all good.
What did you see out of Connor Wigman tonight, and just how big has he been for you this season?
It's just grit. He just has so much grit, running the ball, throwing the ball, commanding the offense, operating the offense, getting us into good looks. He has so much grit. He prepares like no one else, and he puts in the work, and he deserves it all. He deserves it all. He truly does.
You had a high praise for Coach Fritz a few seconds ago. He had high praise for you. He feels like you're going to be a high lottery or a high draft pick in the NFL draft. Can you talk about, one, what it means to hear how highly he thinks of you, and can you talk a little bit about kind of the relationship you've been able to build with him here in your time in Houston?
Yeah, Coach Fritz, he showed me exactly what it looks like to run a program and build it, and how you got to treat kids, how you have to get on them and make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but you got to do it in a smart way. And it's just, he's done that with so many kids here. You see so much improvement from game 1 to game 13, throughout the whole season. So many kids have gotten so much better. And that's just something that we really take pride in, is getting better every day, and not making the same mistakes, and just continue to do that. And he just harps on the right things, and he's so real. He's the realest coach ever. And he's just, it's rare in college football, and he's awesome for it.
Slade's game plan and to be that aggressive, drive at the end of the first half there. I mean, did you guys know you were going to be that aggressive in this game plan and to get you going during the week? And what did you see there? Yeah,
it's really just the ball found me. Ball found the right people, and sometimes we get the right look for the play and we make it happen, and that's what happened tonight, really.
Tanner, what would be your message to the returners to this program next year?
Fight. Whenever there's a little voice in your head that's telling you you're a little tired or you can't do it, just fight that voice. That's not the right voice. There's two voices in your head, and there's one that can take you the right way and one that can take you the wrong way, and you just got to shut those thoughts down and fight every second. And this is my last college football game, and it feels like freshman year was a year ago. And every single year I met so many good people, and just really, when you fight together, you just enjoy it so much more together. You enjoy the struggle. You enjoy it all, and I would just say to fight all the time. Fight for what's good. Fight for the good cause.
Tanner, you mentioned the imprint and impact this program and the city will have on you for, as you move on into the next chapter of your career. How much does it excite you to see what this program can become in the future, and just follow along the returners and the newcomers that will help, try to sustain this?
It's awesome. I mean, Houston's one of the best cities in the world, man. And there's no reason you would want to come here. And if you don't want to play for Coach Fritz, I don't know what's wrong with you, man. You want to come play for this guy. When you come in and you visit, he's going to tell you the truth, what you're going to do, what you're going to do here, and what he needs you to do. And just listen to these coaches. Take hard coaching. Don't never put your head down. Just take hard coaching, move on and fix it. Don't put your head down. Just continue to grow every single day. Every single day that they see improvement, and you're going to be in the right spot eventually.
Walk us through bowl week. Most teams have to travel, but here you are, home base, home fans. What was this week like leading up to this phenomenal win?
Yeah, it was really cool. The Texas Bowl did a great job of just having cool things for us. We were racing go-karts. We were doing all the fun things. Being a kid again, man. I felt so young again. I don't feel like a senior at all, honestly. But just having so much fun with the guys, I'm gonna remember it for the rest of my life. That's what's so cool about a bowl game, is you enjoy the last week with all the guys you built such great relationships with. And we had a ton of fun this week, and I think we'll have some fun tonight.
Tanner, did you have a favorite moment of the celebration or in the locker room, something that's really you think can stick with you for a while?
Just seeing my guys right after victory formation when they come off the sideline, game's over, and we're up on the scoreboard. That was the best thing for sure. Just looking around at my guys, giving them all hugs, just being so happy together and celebrating together. It's what you dream of. Ending the season on a high note, man. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Oh, yeah.
Connor, Willie said he didn't think you made a single mistake, or he didn't see one. I mean, how locked in were you? And did you sort of, did you sense that kind of moment? And
I was locked in for sure. I had a chip on my shoulder playing against that team. It meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to this team, and it was. I can't say enough about my guys around me. The O-line, they played a hell of a game. I mean, I feel like I had all the time in the world in the pocket, and my receivers went out and made plays. The running backs had juice all day. They ran the ball really hard, and when you do that, things like that tend to happen.
You had told us earlier in the week about what the significance of a 10-win season could do. Now that you got it, what can this do moving forward, especially for you, coming back next year?
I mean, that should be the expectation here, especially being in the city of Houston. I mean, we got everything we need to be a power program, and especially with Coach Fritz at the helm, anything's possible. And I love Coach Fritz taking a chance on me and bringing me in here, and I can't say enough good things about him and this coaching staff, and we got to keep this rolling.
Connor, on Tuesday's practice, you mentioned you wanted to see people turn out to the game. Can you walk us through what it was like seeing the Houston faithful show up in today's game?
I mean, wow, man, that was a very special moment coming out the tunnel and just seeing all that red. We asked for them to show up, and they did, and it was a truly special moment, and it was a perfect way to end this season.
Connor, can you talk about the two drives, one to end the first half, and then the penultimate drive where Dean Connor scores a touchdown to go up 10? How huge it were, obviously, for the game, but for you guys, like what work? How were you guys able to find success on those drives?
I mean, Coach Nagel, he had a great game plan, and he called a really good game, and we just went out there and executed one play at a time. We didn't try and look too far ahead. Everything was about that next play, and we all bought into that, and that's how we went out and put that 2-minute drive together, and ultimately the drive at the end of the game to end the game.
You mentioned that this LSU team created a chip on your shoulder. What is it about this team in particular that made you feel like that, and what was your assessment on LSU's defense as far as what you expected and what you saw tonight?
I mean, that just stems me coming in the SEC. I played in that league for 3 years, and I played those guys 2 times before, and it didn't go how I would wanted it to go in the past. So it meant a lot to me. My teammates had my back, and it was a huge, really cool moment.
Right here. What we all love about this game is that it's a team sport. But as the quarterback, you're a natural leader. What does it mean for you to get the MVP just based off of your family watching here in home court?
I mean, it meant a lot. I had quite a few people, family, friends here supporting me, so it meant a lot for them to come and then to put on a performance like that in front of them. I love them, and they've supported me throughout this whole journey, and I can't thank them enough for being with me every step of the way.
Connor, throughout the year, whether it was the Oregon State game, Arizona game, and especially tonight, it felt like you played a lot of your best football with back against the wall, either trailing or tied. Just how do you kind of psych yourself up in those moments to consistently deliver then?
I mean, it's all about execution at the end of the day. We just take a deep breath and go out and play good football. I mean, take what the defense gives you, have good eyes, see what the defense is doing, and react from that.
So can you kind of take us through your new wardrobe and sort of did you expect that in terms of what the MVP got and also how did the barbecue taste?
I did not expect that, and the barbecue was good. I mean, my stomach kind of feels weird right after game, so it would have been good, way better a couple minutes later than when I ate that. So.
The jacket's kind of bedazzled in the back. I mean, have you had a chance to get a good look at it?
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm hanging up at my mom's house. She loves all the bedazzled stuff, so she'll really love that.
Connor, you mentioned Slade's game plan. When you see a game plan like that as a quarterback, does that get you excited? And that drive at the end of the first half, your own 10. Did you know you were going to be aggressive at that point still?
I mean, we didn't know. It all depended on what they did, and we had a few things planned out depending on what the clock was, and they said we're going to go, and I feel like that was one of our better drives of the season. I mean, that was a 2-minute teach tape right there, and we just went out there and executed each and every play. My receivers got open and got them the ball, and we managed the clock extremely well.
Connor, what was Coach Fritz's message to you guys after the game, and what about him do you feel is like he does really well? Because it seems like the whole team is really, really invested in and bought in, and Fritz's message not only this season but for the coming years.
I mean, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but the culture he's built, you don't see that every day in college football, especially nowadays with the transfer portal. I mean, there's new guys coming in and out, and it's hard to build that bond just in an 8-month period. Like back in the day, you're with these guys 4 years, so you're really tight. And to be able to speed that process up and do that in 8 months, it was a truly special thing that he built. And there's lifelong friendships that are going to come from this team, and I'm really proud of those guys in that locker room. He's just an old school coach, and he doesn't stray away from his ways, especially in the new age of college football. And to be able to be that confident in yourself as a head coach, I mean, it speaks volumes, and it pours off into us, and we carry that from him. And he means a lot to this team. And like I said, we all love Coach Fritz.
Connor, as I walk behind the bench throughout the game, different players, different teammates, whether it be from the D-line, wide receivers, coming up and giving you support, patting you on the back, high-fiving you. What does it mean to know that you got that genuine love for your teammates, whether they're a freshman or a transfer coming in?
I mean, it means a lot, and it like I said, it stems from that brotherhood that we've created over time, and just not all the on-the-field stuff, off-field stuff, us getting to hang out, getting to know each other, and becoming brothers. Like when you know your brother next to you got your back, you're going to go out there and play a little bit harder and give it a little bit more for him, and I feel like we got that across the board, offense, defense, and special teams.
A favorite moment from the celebration, either on the field or in the locker room, something you think is going to stick with you? Or
yeah, I mean, just some of the seniors, Tanner, Dean, Matt, like all those guys, man. Just that was the last time I'm going to be able to play football with those guys, and it meant a lot to me. Like those are my brothers. Me and Matt, we were at Texas A&M together. He was my first center I ever took a snap from, and just was a full circle moment, and we embraced, and it was really cool, and we'll always have that for forever.
All good? Thanks, Connor.
Thank y'all so much. Have a blessed night.
Thanks, everybody.